crazy first 3 minutes. The match was a bit of an arm wrestle for a real extended period, but you just sort of fell away at the end there.
Probably something we'll review hard, and then you go 3 goals in 3 or 4 minutes, whatever it was, and the margin was pretty much that in the end, wasn't it? So, but a bit reflective of what we just spoke about. You know, some losing a lot of territory at the minute. Centre bounces were a big cost. 16-6 or something like that, and scores too. Like centre bounce scores. So, this is the game, isn't it? You sort of got to be good at everything at times, but not really bad. Or maybe I check that in. You got to be not really bad at phases of the game. You can hang in there and fight. 16-6 and goals from centre bounces wasn't great tonight.
I guess following on from last week, where Essendon did that really well with the marking game plus 50. I think tonight Geelong was plus 7 with marks. Really, I guess, stunted your running game a bit. How do you sort of see that? Yeah,
that was interesting because they kicked the ball around and really didn't go anywhere, and if anything, at times they kicked it back to us. There was no territory gain from it, but then this is the thing we weigh up. You go, so for 3 quarters it didn't hurt us. There was no scores from relatively low scores from that phase, but then there's potentially a cost of energy. Whether we got that right or not, that's something we'll reflect on.
I mean, Nick sort of fought through it, but it looked like he got that. Was it a corky to his hamstring?
Yeah.
Or was it something he had to fight through?
Look, at this time of the year, I think everyone's sort of carrying. I think both teams sort of get to the line to play. I think that's the reality of this long season that everyone's living. Be very surprised if not everyone's got something.
How hard is it becoming? Obviously, your injury list has been well documented. Is it sort of critical mass with just trying to just? You were so great for that sort of 10, 11 week period, but do you feel like it's catching up a bit? How do you sort of see it?
Yeah, I do feel like there's a little bit of a dark cloud at times over us, and I said that to the players this week, but we can't live in that space of we just got to, like Josh Carmichael retiring, those things, we've got to be able to celebrate and support, but also keep moving. Brody Myercheck, these guys, but we're not here to make excuses. I think for major parts of tonight, we looked like ourselves, and if you come watch us, there's a lot of elements of us. Earlier pressure was really good, and then the other phases of our game, we had minus 20 inside 50s. Now, I'm not sure too many teams are going to do bode well, and if that's one of your key indicators. So, I just want to rid of excuse. I just don't want to live in that space. We fight to the last second. We kick the last goal of the game. This is who we are. And then, when we perform better in other parts of our game, that last second generally might mean a bit more. So, it's always a challenge.
Do you put it down to just Geelong being better in the contest? And in midfield, Darcy Cameron obviously had a lot of first use from the ruck. Where did you see that midfield battle being lost in that sense?
Yeah, no doubt their clearance stuff was dominant. I thought, credit to their, Dangerfield looked really dangerous, and other parts of their game sort of flowed from clearance. You can't give minus 20 inside 50s to Geelong. They're a really dangerous forward line, and lots of weapons down there. And again, Geelong's method around stoppages was better than ours tonight.
Is it a simple fix from the stoppages perspective?
Well, I live in the growth mindset that our best day's tomorrow, and I know Hayden Skipworth is one of the best coaches that we've got, and arguably at his craft he's a fantastic coach, and I know how hard he works on this phase of our game, and he won't stand still. So easy fix is a difficult word in this game. But certainly we'll strive and aim to be better.
There was a critical moment in the third quarter where Tyson Stengel, the ball seemed to get out of his grasp. It looked like it was tackled, looked like Mate couldn't have dropped the ball, but he went on to kick a goal. How do you sort of see that example?
A lot of critical moments, huh? There was a lot of critical moments. You go through them, there's little moments, Will takes a mark 3v1 and slips over, critical moments. But to make one more than others, I don't know. It's hard to say that. Do you know how many goals he kicked last time we played him? He kicked 7 goals, 4.
But it still felt like Quaynor did a really good job.
Oh, there's from major parts. We thought we had one of their most dangerous players in check, and as all very good players do, find a way to kick goals. We had one nearly touched on the line of those three, and then the other one was a brilliant snap over his head. What a quality player! You give up 3 first-round draft picks for a reason. So that's But I think to your question, I think Quaynor and some others will hand him over at times. I thought in terms of when we've played him before, this is by far the best result so far.
Jamie Elliott returned from injury. Just some of the moments where he sparked you. Just how exciting is that? If you're going to take some positives away.
We'll take many positives away. But also, reality is that there's 6 games to go. Time's running out. But we'll look to reward all the behaviour that makes us who we are. And but time's running out. Yep, time's running out.
How do you talk about that with the players? Is that said to us, time's running out, but you also said you like to keep that positive mindset in terms of making finals, getting in a position to really attack the finals?
Well, reasonably easy because it's just the facts. We've got a number in our head that we thought would get the job done to make finals. This year's been probably like no other, but we don't talk about the future. We don't know. I know the ladder and win and loss is where most of the judgment comes from, but internally we've got to go, hey, let's get Monday really well done and keep getting better at our centre bounce or our ability to just to fight in these little moments or make great decisions around these things or take away uncontested marks. We live in that space, but we also we're realists. 6 games to go, running out of time.
The last time we lost 3 in a row, you obviously responded so well. Is that something you can use to the players?
Well, I don't want to look too far ahead, but the space we live in, why can't we perform really well in all the games that are coming up? There's no reason to think otherwise. We'll start to look at our group and who's available, who's not available, and then keep trying to get better. That's all you can do. Was it a step forward from last week? Potentially. I thought we probably played 30 minutes of footy last week, lost by 12 points to a very good team. Tonight we probably played better for longer periods, but again, we didn't do it for long enough.
Craig, in the last quarter, Geelong really used the clock really well, but their time and space to deny you the ball, was that a frustrating impact in the last quarter? So was there a bit of fatigue perhaps setting in, and was that one element of the night that was really frustrating towards you when you were sort of assessing how it played out in the last quarter? Yeah,
great question, because it was a frustration that we were trying to get the right amount of numbers forward, so when we got it there we could actually keep it there. We sent 2 or 3 messages out. We're trying to scream from the boundary like, come on, to make that work. But again, the cost of that is untold in terms of energy and whatever. But the Cats were fantastic in the last quarter of managing the clock. We had to score. You get behind, you got to score. We couldn't get the ball at times, so that was definitely a frustration. My understanding he didn't pass the concussion test, so he's going to be unlikely. I'm not sure how that transpired. That they obviously hit heads. I haven't seen the footage of it, but Stewart was back on the ground, so he obviously wasn't.
Obviously, just provides another obstacle at selection. That's at least a game, isn't it?
Well, Dan McStay's playing his first game tomorrow. I'll see you down at AIA Stadium. We'll be excited for this young lad who's going to play 40 minutes of footy, and we'll celebrate that. He's worked extremely hard. It's incredible, to think how hard he's worked to get himself in a position. If you go down there, he's looking really fit and strong. So we wish him well, and anyone Collingwood supporters, you want to feel good for the weekend, get down and let's celebrate Dan, and hopefully he gets through unscathed.
Anyone you might get back next week?
I don't know. I'm still living in this space at the minute, trying to just work through this one. So we'll see how that flies. Thanks, guys.